Hello. This video is the second day of mean absolute deviation. We had a long lesson yesterday on that, and now today what I thought we would do is make a short video covering the practice sheet 9.5. So if you have it close by, why don't you take it out and let's go through every problem and make a quick video on that. Might take a little bit longer. There's a lot of stuff in this. So if you haven't done the work yet, fill in what you got and upload it to Teams under the assignments tab so you can get credit for it for this week. Anyway, here we go. Okay, 9.5 practice. There's a lot of computation here on this section. So I'm gonna probably abbreviate some of it. I've already done a lot of the work on my little sheet right here. So I've got my work in front of me and I will show it as we go here, okay? So the first four questions actually there's only 5 questions on the worksheet, but the first 4, it says find and interpret the mean absolute deviation of the data. Okay, so now we called this MAD, okay? MAD. Mean absolute deviation of the data. We're going to round your answer to the nearest tenth if necessary. Okay, price of textbooks. All right, so the way the book handled this or displayed this, basically, first thing you want to do is rank out this data. So I'll do that quick. 42, 55, 56, 60, 78, 80, 88, 90, 99, 102. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to find the mean of this. So the mean, not the median, but the mean. The mean of this data was, we add them all together, we get 750, okay? And we're going to divide by, there's 10 numbers. So the mean is equal to 75, okay? All right, so now when we calculate the mean absolute deviation, we take the mean and we find the difference between the data entry, in this case, price of textbooks, and the mean. Okay, so I'm going to kind of lay that out across this next area right down here. So I'm going to take 75, subtract 42, I have 33. 75 from 50 is 20. Next one would be 19. Again, I'm taking the mean and I'm subtracting the price of the textbook. 75 minus the 56, I get 19. 60, I would have 15. 3. 75, 78 minus 75 is 3. Next one would be 5. Next one would be 8. I'm sorry, that's 13, okay, 13. Next one would be 15. So again, at 15, came from 90 minus the 75, I got 15. 99, 24. And then the last one would be 27. 102 minus 75 is 27. Okay, to calculate the MAD, the mean absolute deviation, we have to add all these numbers up. And that ends up being 174. Okay, so we add all these numbers up, we get 174. Then I divide it by the total number of numbers, 10. And I get a MAD of 17.4. 17.4. And what that means is this. What that means is it means the prices differ from the mean price by an average of $17.40. The prices differ from the mean by an average of $17.40. Number 2, number of songs on an album. Number of songs on an album. Here we go. So rank these out: 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, comma, 12, comma, 12, comma, 13, comma, 13. Okay, so just check them off as we go. Okay, now the mean in this case for number 2 is if you add all these albums, songs on the album, you get 105. 105. So 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 12 plus 13, 13, get 105. We're going to divide that by 10 entries. So you got a mean there of 10.5. 10.5. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 10.5 and I'm going to find the difference between the song, number of songs, and the mean. So in this case, the first one I got 3.5 songs. 3.5. Second one I'd have 2.5. Because it's 8. And the third one would be 1.5 songs. With 10 songs, you'd have a half a song. Half a song. 11 would be another half a song. 12, you'd have 1.5 songs. 12 would be 1.5 songs again. 13 would be 2.5 songs. And 2.5 songs. Okay, so got the number of songs. Means 10.5. Subtract the mean from the number of songs. And now we're going to add all of those up. And you get 17. So if you take 3.5, add it to 2.5, 1.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 1.5, 1.5, 2.5, 2.5, add it all together, you get 17. Now we're going to divide it by 10 because that's the total number of songs, entries, I should say. So that would give us a MAD of 1.7. A MAD of 1.7. Now let's kind of write down what that means. Okay. What does that mean? So for number 2, that means the number of songs differ from the mean number of songs by an average of 1.7 songs, or about 2 songs. And that's number 2. Okay. So the number of songs differ from the mean number of songs by an average of 1.7 songs. All right, moving on to number 3. Got 3 more. Height of plants. Okay. Height of plants. Here we go. 1 inch, 3 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5, 6, 7, 9, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12. 5, 6, 7, 1, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12. Okay, so we're going to add all these together to get 60, and there's 10 entries there, 10 plants. That gives you a mean of 6. So the mean is 6. Okay, so we're going to calculate the MAD. I'm going to switch colors. So I'm going to take the mean and subtract the entry. 6 minus the 1, I get 5. 6 minus 3, I get 3. I get another 3. 6 minus 4, I get a 2. 6 minus 5, I get 1. 6 minus 6, I get a 0. 7 minus 6, I get 1. 9 minus 6, I get 3. 10 minus 6, I get 4. And 12 minus 6, I get 6 inches. Okay, and as I add those all together, I have 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6. I have 28. And I'm going to divide by 10 because there's 10 entries. And that would give me a MAD of 2.8. 2.8 is my MAD. MAD. Okay. So again, what I'm going to do is write out for you on number 3, what does it mean to have a MAD of 2.8? Well, that means the heights differ from the mean height by an average of 2.8 inches. 2.8 inches. All right, moving on to number 4. Number 4 is number of applications on a smartphone. Number of applications on a smartphone. Okay, so I'm going to lay this out. I've got 15 applications. I'm going to start way over here. I'm going to change colors too. There, that color. Okay, so 15 applications. 18, 24, 25, 25, 30, 32, 40, 45, and 46. So I added all these together and came up with 300. And I divide that by 10 again, because there's 10 entries there. And that gives me a mean of 30. 30 is the mean. All right, let's find the MAD. So we'll take that 30 and I'm going to subtract each entry. So in this case, we'd have 15 again. That'd go 12. 30 minus 18 is 12. 30 minus 24 is 6. Then it's a 5. And another 5. Then there's a 0. And there's a 2. Then there's a 10. Then there's a 15. And the last is 16. Okay, so I've got all those differences lined up. And if I add them all together, I get 86. So the MAD is 86 divided by 10, which is equal to 8.6 applications. 8.6 applications. Okay, what does that mean? That means the following. The number of applications differ from the mean number of applications by an average of 8.6 applications, or about 9. And that's number 4. And lastly today is number 5, and it is a nice problem. And we'll finish up the video with this. The data sets shows the admission prices at several amusement parks: $16, $25, $12, $20, $10, $25. Find and interpret the range, interquartile range, and mean absolute deviation of the data. Okay, the mean absolute of the data. Okay, the first ones are quite easy, but let's lay them all out again. So amusement park here, we have $10. I'm just going to put, I'm not going to put the dollar sign every time. I'll put 10, 12, 16, 20, 25, and 25. Okay, these are dollar amounts. Okay, all right, range, home on the range, here it is. 25 minus 10. 25 minus 10. The range is 15. 15 is the range. Okay, now let's shift gears to the IQR. IQR, if you remember this, IQR is calculated by taking the Q3 minus the Q1, all right? Okay, so what I first did is I found that we've got 6 pieces of data. So it's fairly easy to cut these in half. You got the left side of these three. I got the other three over here. Okay, so then what we did is we took and we found that this 12 would be the Q1. Okay, and we found that this 25 is the Q3. Okay, because basically we found the median of each side. So 25 minus 12 is 13. 13 is the IQR. So again, we find the middle, which is in this case 18 would be the median. 16 plus 20 divided by 2. And then we look to find the same median of the left side, which would be the Q1. The Q1 is 12, and the Q3 on the right would be 25. So your IQR is 13. And lastly, the MAD. Okay. So we need the mean first to find the MAD. All right. MAD. So we need the mean. And the mean is calculated by adding all of these numbers together, or all these dollar amounts together, which is 32. And we divide it by 6. 32, and there's 6 numbers, and that would be 5.3 repeating. Okay, 5.3 repeating would be the mean. Did I say the mean is 18? The mean was 18. So if you add them all together, you get a mean of 18. And how do we get this MAD of 5.3? You take the 18 from 10 is 8. Got a little ahead of myself there. 10 minus 18 is 8. Next would be 6, then a 2. 6, and then a 2. Let me move it up a little bit. 2, 2, 7, and another 7. So I add those all together. I have, and then divide 32. Divide by 6, I get 5.33. Okay, so what does the range mean? The range means the prices vary by no more than $15. Okay, so the prices vary by no more than $15. The IQR means that the middle half of the prices vary by no more than $13. I should put that dollar sign there. And the MAD means that the admission prices differ from the mean by an average of $5.33. So this is $5.33. So that's number 5. Hopefully you found that interesting. And that would be 9.5. Mean absolute deviation was 9.5. We just recapped 9.5 practice. Hopefully you found that beneficial. If you didn't do the assignment yet, basically it's in front of you. But I'd like to see your writing and your work. Upload it to Teams. I'll give you the points for the week. No test, no quiz right now. And we'll talk with you next week. Have plans next week for a quiz via Teams on Tuesday, Wednesday. All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.